Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of the Daily Friday podcast. Let's give it up for episode 1. We did it. We made it. Welcome to the first episode. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today. Some incredible stories, an incredible guest. Before we get into the first episode, we thought we'd take a few minutes to kind of talk about what this show is going to be, what you can expect, who we are, and then we're going to announce a special promotion where we will pay your bar tab if you follow certain instructions. That's called a teaser. Get used to those. There's going to be a lot of teasers in this episode. All right, so what is the Daily Friday podcast? We are the world's only weekly daily podcast. All right, so we come out every Friday morning wherever you get your podcasts. Our goal is to kind of recap the week in news, and we're talking fun news, right? We're not talking, the serious news that you can get from other podcasts that also have daily in their names. We're talking like fun stuff, things you see on the internet, stuff you want to set in your group chat. Our goal is to set you off into the weekend in an incredible mood, educate you a little bit, and make you laugh and smile. That's all we can ask, right? We're also going to have every single episode is going to be hosted by me. I'm Jack. Kate, my producer. That's when I say we, that's Kate. Kate is amazing. And we're going to have guests on every episode, people from the Friday Beers headquarters, people from across the internet. The funniest people in the world are going to be joining us, talking about stuff, so you don't have to listen to the two of us the entire time. Quick thing about who we are, who I am Jack Lawler. I am the host. I am a comedian. I do a bunch of different things here at Almost Friday Beers. The main thing I do is I write a newsletter called The Daily Friday, which is what this podcast is born out of. Okay, so that newsletter is sent 3 times a week. It's going to cover a lot of really fun stories, wild shit on the internet. I also run a page called Work, Retire, Die, which is based on my experiences in corporate America that I've been running since like 2018. And all the things I hated about working an office job, and now I don't have to anymore. Unless you don't listen to the podcast, then I have to go back to an office job. So please help me out with that. I lived in New York for like 7 or 8 years before moving out to LA. I did a lot of comedy in New York. I had a sketch comedy group called Lemon Hands. Shout out Lemon Hands. And what else is there to know? I'm 32, and I have over 800 Jersey Mike's points. It's a pretty big deal. That translates at 6 points a sandwich. That's like 130 points.
How do you ask for it Mike's way?
I say just tell Mike to do his worst. Just turn the lights off and do your worst, Mike. So that's a little fun. Have you been liking those videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some incredible Mike's Way videos. We did a post on Friday Beers. I got to pull up, like, some of them are absolutely unbelievable. Kate, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself really quickly?
Hello, my name is Kate. I'm a producer here at Almost Friday. I have worked in video production, and now I'm on to podcasts. I also produce another show called Could Be the Move. Also running on Almost Friday Media, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm very excited about this one. We have been cooking this up for a long time, and It's going to be a great show. Thanks for listening in.
Last piece of business before we dive into some incredible news stories from this week. We have a lot to talk about. The promotion. All right, here's how it works. We are giving 2 people up to $250. We are paying your bar tab this weekend. Here's how it works. When this episode airs, which is right now because you're watching it, go to YouTube and go to Spotify and comment something. Maybe your favorite story, your favorite moment, something nice, something mean if you feel like it, but that would probably hurt our feelings. But whatever you want, we're going to set the vibe. We'll see what people want to do. The comment that gets the most likes, you will win up to $250. The way it works is you will send us a picture of your bar tab if you win, and we will pay that entire bar tab receipt up to $250. If it's more than $250, you got $250 off. And honestly, I want to fucking hang out with you if you're spending $250 at the bar. Kate, it has been 1 week since the McDonald snack wrap has returned to our nation. And how do you think you've changed as a woman?
I've changed a lot. I wasn't really a McDonald's kid growing up, and so I tried my first ever snack wrap right here in this office.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I had a good time.
I personally found it fine. I like, okay, so a bit of context on this. McDonald's had a snack wrap that was a hugely popular menu item for most of the early 2000s. They stopped making this in 2006, and they brought it back this week because people were just like fucking obsessed with it online. Like they would not shut up about it. And I'm going to be honest, it was pretty mid. It is truly just a tortilla, a chicken tender, lettuce, and like ranch dressing. It's not that complicated.
I will say I did get the spicy one.
Okay.
Which I appreciated.
The spicy, a little bit of kick.
A little bit of kick. And
Kate is from Tennessee, so she's used to that Nashville hot honey, whatever.
All that hot stuff.
All that stuff. Yeah, how spicy was it?
I mean, it's not that spicy, but I had a good time.
Yeah.
No complaints.
It definitely is a menu item.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It's good.
I'm glad it's a menu item. I'm here for it.
Not everything needs to come back. This is kind of how I feel about the new season of The Office that's coming out on Peacock, and it's like, I forget what they're even calling it, like Paper or something, and the only original cast member is Oscar. It's like people online are obsessed with being like, bring this back. And it's like, you liked this because it came out when you were 12 years old, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be a new thing all the fucking time. People got excited about the snack wrap when it came out last week. I don't think I've heard much about it this week. We're going to see what happens with the snack wrap. I will say this has been available in Canada and other countries for many years. People weren't that excited about it. It wasn't ever one of the top items. The reason they stopped making this was because it was too complicated to make in the kitchens, which I don't really understand how that's possible. Like, it's truly a chicken tender, a tortilla, and lettuce. The reason I know this is because here's a fun story. When I was like 12 years old, I was actually obsessed with snack wraps. Like, I would ask my mom for them all the time. And finally, she was like, I'm just going to teach you how to make a snack wrap at home so you can stop bothering me. And that's how I learned how to use an oven. And I use an oven every day now.
Every day?
That's not true. That's not true. How often do you use an oven?
Not that often.
Yeah. Once or twice a week.
Yeah.
I try to dip into the oven. In this job, you're going to, as like internet news reporter, I would say 40% of the news online is like fast food company introduced like new limited time thing. The snack wrap is much better than some of the ones that we had last year. I'm just going to touch on these really quickly. These are my top 5 worst snack food collabs from last year. We had a Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spiced latte that was spiked. So an alcoholic Dunkin' Donuts. It's a fucking incredible way to start your day. Auntie Anne's perfume. So like if you want to smell like a mall quart, if you want to smell like hot pretzel, good for you. They also had a Hellmann's mayonnaise perfume as well. Every woman's dream. Burt's Bees, the chapstick brand, they had a Hidden Valley ranch flavored fucking Burt's Bees, which I mean that's definitely a flavor. And then Subway footlong cookies, 5 times the length of an acceptable human penis. All right, so let's kind of move on to our next topic. This one I'm really excited about. There is a haunted doll that is terrorizing this nation right now. All right, I want to give a quick shout out to my wife who brought this to my attention. This has been a big thing on TikTok that has now reached like a peak. Yeah, Kate is pulling up the picture of it right now. It is a Raggedy Ann doll from the 70s that is genuinely one of the most terrifying things that I've seen in my entire life. How scary is that? If you're not watching this, turn on the video part because you need to see what that thing looks like.
They're really scary. I had a Raggedy Ann doll when I was a kid, and I was really
afraid
of her.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Was it scary?
I mean, she looked like that.
Yeah. But I think like maybe it's not that scary. Maybe I'm overreacting, but the fact that it's in like a house with a cross on the top of it.
If I didn't know it was haunted, I probably wouldn't be as scared of it. But with that context, I don't like her
I will
smile.
say like it just has like a dead look to it, honestly. Like, I think they've changed the design of the Raggedy Ann since then. Yeah, Kate is pulling up some images here that they don't seem that haunted to me. These seem quite delightful, honestly.
Aw, they're kind of
Look
cute.
how sweet that is.
But she ain't cute.
Yeah,
This
that girl is
one-
not cute. So the reason this has been in the news lately, yesterday, here's the headline. A paranormal investigator dies at 54 while touring with a possessed Annabelle doll. This doll has been around since the 1970s. A couple bought this doll and they gave it to their daughter, who was a 28-year-old nurse. So sort of an interesting gift to get a 28-year-old. This may be why she became so possessed, because she was so confused by this gift for an adult woman. But she eventually, the couple basically started to realize that this doll was like possessed. When I say realize, it's like, it's so hard to treat these things as like actual stories. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, they said she was obsessed, so I guess she's fucking possessed. You know what I mean? And they basically sold it to this other family that kept it in a Connecticut like haunted house for years. All right. And eventually this became a movie that was called The Conjuring. Have you seen The Conjuring?
I have.
I have not. Is it scary?
Mm-hmm.
What is the plot of it?
I mean,
like that?
Yeah.
Is it like the based on real life version of this?
I don't know if I knew it was. I don't know if I even knew it was based on a true story.
And they've now spun it into a franchise. The Conjuring: Last Rites. That's coming out this year. This could be viral movie promotion for the new version of Conjuring: Last Rites. Let's keep our eyes out for that. I will say, like, scary movies don't really do it for me. Like, I just like know it's not happening, so it's hard for me to get like actually scared.
This is a pretty scary movie. I think you should give it a try, Jack.
All right, we'll see how scared I get this weekend. The reason this thing is in the news, it's actually been in the news twice in the last 2 months. This guy who actually passed away, Dan Rivera, who has spent 10 years as a paranormal investigator, and he's a former veteran. Thank you for your service, RIP. He started a tour called the Devil's on the Run Tour. And I guess he was posting TikTok clips of this haunted doll. Essentially, people would kind of come from far and wide to, I'm not exactly sure what happened at these events, but they were sold out. Thousands of people were showing up to essentially watch him interact with this doll. Again, not for me, but for some folks out there. About 6 weeks ago, now, Kate, you'll remember this. Do you remember when there was the escaped New Orleans convicts?
Yes, I do remember this.
He was in New Orleans with this doll the same day that happened, and a plantation caught on fire.
Whoa.
Seems like a coincidence, but it's not. It's because this fucking doll was haunted, right? So people were kind of going nuts about this on TikTok, saying like, oh, the doll is like mad that she's being brought around the country now, which I guess isn't that every young girl's dream, to like travel the world on someone else's dime? I can't pretend to understand the female mind. But anyways, a few days ago, by the time this comes out, Tuesday night, this guy was on tour in Gettysburg, and he died in his sleep in his hotel room. The authorities basically say no foul play has been suspected. But this is 2. Everybody gets 3. And then I'll start to think it's actually real. The announcers say that the tour will go on. Don't you think they should cancel this Devil on the Run tour?
Yeah.
Would you go to this?
No.
What do you think? Do you think it's haunted or not?
Low key, maybe.
This news made me start to think it might be some demon going on here.
Yeah, I love some spooky stuff. You guys tuning into Scared and Impaired?
Scared and Impaired on the Friday Beers YouTube, coming out in a few days, weeks, months. We don't know yet. Bit of a teaser there.
Shout out.
I don't think I believe in ghosts, but
I want to so bad.
I want them to be real. I don't think they are.
I really want them to be real.
That would just be crazy if they were real.
I think they're real.
They cannot be real.
They have
Why
to
would
be
they
real.
be real? That doesn't make. What do
That
you
is
mean
like
they have to be
that
real?
is like the one thing that, as a human society, we have carried across so many generations.
I mean,
of people.
we're gonna have to check those facts.
Come on,
we
think
don't
about
like
it.
to do a ton of research on this podcast, so we're gonna accept that that's true.
Think about it. There have been like ghost stories since like the dawn.
Yeah,
of
but there's
time.
also like dragons and unicorns, and maybe those are
Okay.
real too.
They might be.
All right, I don't want to shit on your beliefs. You're entitled to whatever you want. That's fucking crazy,
We're gonna
though.
fight on the first episode of this.
Yeah, let's move on to the Emmys. The Emmys nominations came out this week. Who the fuck has time to watch all of these shows? I feel like I consume a lot of content. I love to consume Jersey Mike's, TV shows, social media shit. Like, I'm like looking at half of these shows. I'm like, who's still watching Murders in the Building? And it has like 10 fucking nominations. Do you know what I'm saying?
They got 10?
I don't know if the number is 10. Again, we don't do a ton of research here, but they got a lot. They got too many. Yeah, how many did they get? Run the numbers.
7.
7 Emmy noms
And
two
2
big
big
snubs.
snubs.
That's how you get people to click on an article, is just say snubs.
I clicked so fast.
Quick, like, by the stats of some of the big winners from the Emmy nominations. Severance, one of my favorite shows, got 27 nominations as a show, which is fucking insane. It's tied for the second most after Succession. Guess what show is the first most nominations? I think you can see it because you have the outline pulled up. Game of Thrones had 32 in its last season, which it wasn't even that good of a season.
The last season?
The last season. I know, but I've actually started to rewatch Game of Thrones. It's very good.
I've never watched.
You've never watched Game? What?
I watched season 1 when all my guy friends in college were like, "It's the best show ever."
Yeah.
And that's.
You didn't like it, or you were just like, eh?
I was like, Yeah, I know why you guys like it. It's just Emilia Clarke naked the whole
There is a
season.
lot of nudity.
The whole first season.
Yeah.
Her top is off.
It definitely gets dialed back, yeah. It's
I've heard.
good, though. It is good.
I know.
It got 32 nominations.
No, I would love to give it a try. I love
This
medieval.
honestly,
I love all that shit.
Okay.
So I'll give it a try.
A good time to rewatch it in the summer months. There's nothing going on.
That's true. Nothing going on.
Nothing going on in the summer. Severance got 27. 9 of those were for acting, which is, I don't even know there were that many fucking characters in the show. Penguin came in second with 24.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for like
them.
a good show. I don't know if it needed 24. White Lotus, 23. That's because they have so many like supporting characters. There's actually 2 shows with incest plot lines that got Emmy noms. That and House of the Dragon, another Game of Thrones spinoff. So big year for incest. The studio was also tied for 3rd with 23. I didn't really like the studio. Did you?
I didn't finish it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people I like the pilot.
Yeah, I watched the pilot and half the second episode.
Yeah.
I will say I was sent the guest actor noms, and most of them are from the studio.
They are. That's where a lot of their numbers came from. So
yeah,
this kind of brings us to our next thing. To me, the biggest winner of the Emmys has been old people. Okay, so Martin Scorsese, who's I think in his late 80s, nominated for an acting award, his first ever acting award in the studio. He actually was very good in that episode.
Oh, he was.
I don't
so
think that.
good.
I think he was really good. He's 82 years old. This kind of makes up for Megalopolis, or whatever. Did you see Megalopolis?
He didn't do Megalopolis.
He didn't do Megalopolis.
That's Francis Ford Coppola.
Clearly, I'm not a cinephile. We're going to have to cut that in post. Actually, keep that in post. Fuck it. I don't do a lot of research for this, clearly. Martin Scorsese did a great job.
Yeah, you're right. It does make up for Megalopolis.
It does make up for Megalopolis just as like an old director thing. Mm-hmm. So he got one. Harrison Ford had his first ever Emmy nod at age 83 in Shrinking, which I like Shrinking. Ted Lasso, but therapy. And then the girl, her name is Kathy Bates, is 70. I'm trying to remember the show. It's like Matlock.
Matlock, yeah.
Which, like, again, this is a show, like, are people watching Matlock?
I think actually a lot of people are, because it's a network show.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like when Big Bang Theory was like the biggest show ever.
Yes.
And it was like, it's just on CBS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but good for her.
She is the oldest woman to get a nomination, and I believe she is 73. Hold that thought. Kathy Bates, age 77. Kathy Bates is great. She fucking kills it.
Ever seen Misery?
No, but I am aware of what it is.
This movie is so good.
Yeah. Stephen King on the hot seat because he basically, did you see what he tweeted? He basically tweeted like, yeah, the Epstein list is real, and so is Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. It's like, wait, so are you coming out as like pro Epstein? We're not going to touch Epstein list a ton on this podcast, but that's, we are pro that it exists, So
why would you say that?
I don't know. Yeah, like, why would you say that? No one asked you about that. Like, you just out of nowhere brought that up. Other big winner for me was Jeff Probst. Survivor was nominated for its 6th Emmy. Jeff Probst has 4 like best host awards, so he could get his 5th, one for the pinky. He cried this season for, I believe, the first time. So that was actually really, really a powerful moment. Couple big snubs before we move on. Nathan Fielder in The Rehearsal. So The Rehearsal was nominated for, I believe, 4 awards, mainly like writing, directing. Nathan Fielder was not nominated for a performance award, which, like, I guess I get it, because it's like, is he acting or is he just like that? You know what I mean? But I feel like they should have given him something. He fucking learned how to fly a commercial jet and like breastfed from this giant person. He went through a lot. If that doesn't get you a nom, next season should be about him trying to get an Emmy nod. That's what he should be rehearsing. Did you watch The Rehearsal, or does what I said make any sense?
I didn't finish it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Kate, we are not on the same page this episode.
I know what's happening.
This is the problem, though. Like, there's too much TV that, like, no one can watch the same shit all the time.
I can't watch all of it. I got a lot going on.
Yeah, you do. You got a ton going on.
I got a lot going on.
Last thing I want to touch on, we have 2 quick topics, but the biggest thing I want to touch on is the Freakier Friday popcorn bucket. Essentially what this is, first of all, quick shout out to Freakier Friday for, like, refusing to engage in the, like, arms race of popcorn buckets, like, trying to be horny and, like, get attention online. Like, the Dune 2 bucket. Everyone was like talking about they want to fuck it. And then like the Wolverine bucket. They made this like clearly because people were talking about fucking the Dune 2 bucket. And they just made like, okay, what are people going to fucking tweet about? Like, come on. Right? Like, we get it. We get it. Thank you to Freakier Friday for refusing to enter that battle and coming up with actually one of the most clever popcorn designs that I have ever seen. Popcorn bucket designs. So essentially what it is similar to the premise of the movie. The soda container is swapped with the popcorn container. All right. So the same way they swap bodies, the soda container, if you open the lid, there's popcorn. The popcorn container has fake popcorn. If you open the lid, there's soda. That's kind of cool. Like thematic popcorn buckets should be the future.
I can't stop thinking about like the marketing intern who like was like, I got it.
Holy fuck. Just like, welcome to this. All right, come on, speak up. Lean in.
She's like, what if we did?
Unreal idea. There's finally some innovation in an industry that desperately needed it. How many Freaky Friday movies have there been? So
only one.
No, there was one in like the 70s.
Yeah, the original. But I thought you meant with. It's not like like a sequel.
There's a musical, I think, maybe, but this one has Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan again.
Yes. So this is the first sequel of that like.
Got it.
Original Disney movie.
And are they swapping bodies again?
You gotta watch the trailer.
A body swap is happening. What's your favorite body swap movie? I personally am a big fan of The Change Up with Ryan Reynolds and
Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one.
It was probably one of the last like fine comedies that is like premise based. That's just enjoyable to watch. Like we don't have that anymore.
I love those kind of movies.
I know. The Change Up, Family Switch. 17 Again was good.
Oh,
17 Again is actually underrated.
I love 17 Again. That is a great one.
The principal is really funny in that movie. I'm forgetting his name, but Hot Chick is another good one. 17 Again is when I saw that I was like, Zac Efron, you are a star. You are not a one-trick pony. And I was right, like I always am.
You called it.
Yeah. I was the one guy that called Zac Efron's meteoric rise. Really quickly, before we go, everything I know about Labubu is like against my own will. Every week, I'm going to kind of give you guys an update on what's going on in the Labubu world without reading a single article about what they are and just tell you like what I learned about it, right? At some point throughout this podcast, we will look up what they are. Two things that I understood. My understanding of it, for those of you who don't know what it is, a Labubu is basically like an adult Furby for this generation. Like it's sort of like a little creature that you can have hanging on your pocketbook or just like hug as you go to sleep. It's not particularly cute, in my opinion, but it's really become a viral thing in like the past year, I want to say. Like I think what happened was a K-pop person had it and then it became really popular. Everything that's popular is from K-pop. Just a lesson in life. A new headline that I saw this week, David's Bridal is offering wedding dresses for your Labubu. So if that's how you want to spend your money and your life in this one precious life that you have, go for it. That is not something that I personally would do. These photos are insane.
They're kind of cute.
See, this is the problem. This is why Labubu is going to be a big deal.
Look at her little teeth.
She is kind of cute, I will say.
This is the best day of her life, and you're going to...
Yeah, you're going to shit on her.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it over to our interview with Strider Wilson, who is my fucking dude. He's on Hug Your Bros. We're talking about something that's really dear to my heart, and that's the billionaire who wants to live forever. This week, he set a new boner record, and we are diving all the way into that shit. Just trust me. All right, we are joined by our first guest in Daily Friday podcast history, the one, the only, Strider Wilson. Give it up for Strider.
Dude, thank you so much. Honored to be here, Jack. Thank you for having me. And thank you for having Sonny here.
Yes.
I'm on dog duty today.
Sonny, say something.
Speak English, dude.
Keep your secrets. Keep your secrets. Oh, look at him.
Oh, he likes you, dude.
Nice. It's always good to have a dog in the studio. I've
100%,
always said that. That's going to be a staple of the Daily Friday podcast moving forward. Now, when I originally reached out to Strider to be on the episode, it was around one of my favorite people on the internet, Bryan Johnson, the billionaire who tracks his own erections and wants to live forever. We will get to that. But first, there has been late breaking news as of last night, this morning. A Coldplay concert has been the setting for the affair heard around the world, right? We've all seen the video. Essentially, what's happening here I'm going to read the caption from Pop Crave. Coldplay's Chris Martin accidentally exposes astronomer CEO Andy Byron having an affair with his HR chief, Kristen Cabot. Before we get into watching this clip, what a shade move on Pop Crave, just throwing their actual names in there. Like, we know who these are.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's just a wealthy dude. Like, you know, like it'd be unbelievable if this dude just worked at Enterprise.
Exactly.
And was like sitting with the HR exec at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Exactly.
Like, this is news? Okay, I guess.
Pop Crave tweets about, like, Olivia Rodrigo, and then they're just, like, name-dropping a mid-tier CEO and the head of HR.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not in this era of CEOs being stars. I don't
Agreed.
like it. Just
we'll touch on that.
Suit up and go to work.
Hell yeah, go to the coal mines. Let's play the clip, and we'll kind of, you got to be watching this. If you haven't seen it already, watch the live video. Kate, roll the clip.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not quite sure.
All right, so for those of you who are listening, essentially, this is at a Coldplay concert. A camera pans to two middle-aged people swaying romantically to the music. It's a very wholesome scene.
In good shape. They probably both do orange.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They've kept the bodies tight. Chris Martin basically points to them, and they realize they're on screen, and they sort of dash away, hide away from the camera, run away. And then you'll hear Chris Martin say they're either very shy or having an affair.
Dude, his instincts were right on.
His instincts were right.
And dude, they should have just been normal. This is the most
Absolutely.
regular looking white couple I've ever seen. Granted, in good shape. If they would have just kept doing that, this isn't news.
1,000%. Nobody's at the Coldplay concert, sees someone on the Jumbotron and is like, wait a second, that's the CEO of astronomer Andy Byron and Christy Cabot. Like, you totally fucked it up right there.
Yes, you should have just stuck in it. But here's the thing. They felt that guilt.
Yeah,
you know?
They felt that guilt.
And Jack, they do say you got to face the music when you're doing something wrong. And they're truly now
they're facing the music at Coldplay. I mean, we're both married.
Yeah.
We both are faithful to our wives.
Yes.
This is why I will never have it. This is very stressful to me. Just the thought of having an affair is stressful enough to begin with, but then this being a potential downside of it.
Yeah, you can't even go and
That's
listen
too
to
much
clocks without. I mean, come on, dude. And like, also with mixing personal and work life, also a big no-no.
Yeah.
A lot of big no-nos here.
A lot of big no-nos. I don't know. I mean, what's wrong with this country that a married CEO can't romantically sway and hug with his married head of HR anymore, you know?
Yeah, what if
fucking woke, dude.
What have we fallen to here, dude?
Yeah,
Okay?
what has happened to this country?
This is such woke culture here that we're
it's
seeing
bullshit.
right here.
No, this is crazy. I mean, I will say it is nice when a CEO talks about, like, we're a family here at this company. He really means it. You know, he's like, I'm the dad, the head of HR is the mom.
Yeah.
And that's, sorry, babe, it's work. That's just how it works here.
And for all we know, he could be having his assistant taking his wife to Pound Town, you know, and a good
Right.
CEO
We don't know.
delegates. So this guy might be running the most efficient company of all time.
He's actually an incredible leader. And I went to Google search trends earlier today. Searches for the company Astronomer have spiked through the roof. This is how I heard about Astronomer. It's an incredible data analytics company that I knew nothing about before
Jack,
today.
He's a job creator. RJs, BJs, HJs, all sorts of Js being created and given here. So he's a one-man economy.
I think what I kind of hope to come from this is a new phrase, like, you know, when you have like two people that you're like, are they like hooking up? It's like, dude, I think he's, you know, taking her to Coldplay, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
Good call,
yeah,
dude.
it's like,
Or they're like just in the early stages of love. They're not quite Coldplay yet. They're not quite, what's like their most recent, like that album?
Well, I know Viva La Vida was incredible, yeah.
They're not quite Viva La Vida yet.
They're not getting there yet. Yeah, it's like, dude, Andy and Kristen spend a lot of time around that happy hour. They're getting a little touchy. You might be taking her to Coldplay, you know what I mean? I think that'd be good. Personally, for me, like, as a married man who does love Coldplay, this has ruined Coldplay for me. If I tell my wife, hey, I'm going to go to a Coldplay concert with my boys, she's like, who the fuck is she? She's going to think I'm cheating on her.
Yeah, that's 100% right. Pretty much the only safe go-to cover story is the Insane Clown Posse. Like, if you're going to take your lady anywhere, no wife, no woman is keeping track of what ICP's up to.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I think, there you go. If you want to cheat on your wife, take her to Insane Clown Posse, but don't do it.
Don't.
It ruins families. And honestly, I feel bad for there's any kids involved, they can't listen to Coldplay now.
Huge fallout. I mean, the huge bummer news, like circling back to what you said in the beginning of like putting the names in here, like researching who these people are.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
this tweet has 20 million views right now. By tomorrow, it'll probably have 10 billion views.
Yes. It's just kind of...
Fun little nuance to this as well. If you play the clip, there's a girl like kind of laughing to the side. She also works at this company. She's the number 2 to the HR chief who just got promoted.
Family business, like you said.
Yeah, keeping it tight over at Astronomer HQ. I mean, I just feel like they're so bold to begin with. Just like if you're going to be in a suite with your other coworkers, pressing your middle-aged erection against the head of HR's butt and just swaying to the music, this is not what you should be worried about, is being seen on the Jumbotron.
Correct. My question is, since this is technically a work event, was this a write-off? Also, will all legal fees incurred after this be considered write-offs? Because
I think it absolutely
this
should.
is now a work event. So, this might be a cost-free initiative.
Absolutely should.
Which the most important, element of any story is the dollars.
Yeah, what does this mean for the bottom line for the shareholders? Correct. Dude, there's one other guy who's there with an affair. He's like, thank fucking God they didn't pay it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, Jesus, we got to get the fuck out of here. They're exposing everyone now, dude. This is crazy.
Some slimy CEO, some slumlords over there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, before we put this to bed, any other thoughts, any advice you would give? So Strider is the host of Hug Your Bros, a live call-in show on the Friday Beers YouTube that goes live at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Every Thursday, he'll answer your calls, give you advice for any problems you may have in your life. He'll fix it forever. As a professional advice giver, what would you say to anyone involved in this situation?
Open, honest communication is huge for everyone. And so here it's been forced upon them. So just embrace it. You're going to have a lot of difficult conversations coming up. Rely on the friends, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's
on some
gonna
level,
be tough.
There's probably a sense of relief. This is out in the open.
Yeah. I mean, if there's any way, yeah.
For them, not for the families involved.
The families involved, yes, pure victims. Just what a bummer. But here's just, yeah, man, honesty is the best policy. Face it, you screwed up. And now you got to, like I said in the beginning, you got to face the music, my friend.
Beautiful.
Take it right to the chin.
Well said.
Mm-hmm.
It is nice to see a CEO cheating with someone that's like age appropriate. I would have expected this to be a 26-year-old. So that's good for the culture. Let's move on to another topic concerning horny CEOs.
Yes.
Or not even necessarily horny. We'll touch on this a little bit.
Yeah.
Bryan Johnson, the CEO that wants to live forever, who tracks his erections at night, has finally, after years of training, set his erection record. Let's give it up for Bryan Johnson.
I mean, that's huge, dude. Let's go.
This man was hard for 3 hours and 16 minutes. That's longer than the Titanic. That's longer than the Wimbledon final. That's almost an hour longer than the world record marathon race that this man was erect for. So, I mean, first of all, just a triumph of the human spirit.
It's unreal, dude. I mean, I do have to say, though, it's when he's sleeping.
Yeah. It's when he's sleeping, so it doesn't count.
So it's a little wasted. It's a little bit wasted. It's almost like, look what I've done. No touchy, no looky.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is a feat, too. He actually is more proud of sleeping boners because you don't get those as the older you get. You know what I mean? When you're a young kid.
I didn't realize that. Yeah. I didn't realize that was an issue facing people.
And he's reversing not only his body age, but also his penis age.
I saw that as well. So his goal is to reverse all of his organ ages to the age of 18. I think he has reversed his penis to how old now?
It's
19?
10 years younger. Yeah, it's 19. Okay. If he reverses it to 17, then he's in trouble.
That's going to be
He won't be able to crank anymore.
And that's a 50-year-old man touching a 17-year-old penis. That's a little Kevin Spacey vibe.
He'd have to go to jail. He'd have to put himself in jail. Yeah.
And any woman that he wants to be with, it's like, you always want to ask for consent. How old are you? Blah, blah, blah. How old is your penis?
Exactly. By the way? That's a new conversation that has to be had. When I'm talking to my wife, I have a 38-year-old body and I have a 51-year-old penis. A lot of mileage on this.
A lot of mileage.
Yeah. A lot of mileage.
That's like a Bill Belichick, Jordan Hudson age gap that I'm not totally comfortable with, just from the organ standpoint.
Yes. Technically, when my wife's out of town, it's elder abuse what I'm doing to my hog.
Oh my God! Honestly, if I had an erection for 3.5 hours, I would start to worry that it would never go away.
That's when you start to have to call a doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's got like 7,000 doctors.
Yeah, true. If anyone can afford it, it's Bryan Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, think about just if you were erect for the rest of your life, what that would do to your wardrobe. You couldn't wear shorts.
No. Yeah, it'd have to be in strictly like
jeans.
Yeah.
Hard. You need like a hard fabric.
You'd be Texas belt buckling everywhere you go.
Just tuck it up.
Tuck it up.
I love that.
Sonny
Yeah.
couldn't be here.
No.
This would be weird.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that would be extremely weird.
This would be
You
weird.
couldn't exactly. I have a cat. Like my cat could never sit on my lap
No,
again.
your cat's gonna whack that thing, dude. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
there's like that's we don't want to touch that at
No.
all. So let's dive a little bit deeper into this guy,
Yeah.
Bryan. He has been one of my favorite people on the internet since he really started to hit the scene in the early 2022, 2023. Quick 60-second backstory on who this person is if you don't know who we're talking about. Bryan Johnson is a CEO. He started a company, I believe it was called Braintree, that he sold eventually to PayPal, walked away with $300 million, which is nice. It's a nice bag. It's not, I don't know, like that's how much like Jason Tatum makes, you know?
Yeah.
Like Juan Soto has his salary is double that, you know? It's a lot of money, but it's not enough to like be one of the top 1% rich guys.
Very true, which I think is why he had to create a niche. You got it. It's
Exactly.
2020. We are in the 21st century. What's your brand? This
Exactly.
guy's brand is vampire.
100%.
He's the horniest guy in the world.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. He trades in the segment, but he trades blood
Yes.
with his father and son.
Yes. Let's get to that.
He's obsessed with blood. He's obsessed with eternal life.
And he's horny. I mean, vampires are like categorically horny. If you saw
Correct.
Nosferatu, that's the whole fucking point.
They're always horny. They're always trying to find the one girl to turn her to have a life partner.
Exactly. So
And he has slick back hair.
slick back hair, that's a huge red flag. Your hair's get in there a little bit. Be careful.
And
He
Jack,
throws stones.
I'm
Glass
very,
house.
very horny. You don't understand how
And
horny
you
I
are
am.
going to live forever. All right. So Bryan Johnson sold his company in 2013. As you mentioned, he did have a bit of a hole in his life. It seemed like he needed to fill it. 2021, he started a project where his ultimate goal was to reverse age his organs to the age of 18. He says he wants to live to be 200 years old. I would not enjoy that at all.
No, what do I want to keep paying? I mean, I guess he's a billionaire, but no, what do you want to keep? Who are you going to hang out with?
Yeah. That doesn't, like, keep paying rent
Yeah.
at the age of 195. Like, my life is good. It's not, I don't want to live for 200 fucking years.
All your other friends would be dead.
Exactly.
Your
It's
crew's
so hard to
gone.
make friends as an adult male.
It's impossible.
Imagine you're 150 years old and you got to make friends with a 30-year-old.
What are you going to do? Join a kickball league?
No.
And there's just no chance. I have no time in my life. I'm so busy. It'd be so. We need to die. People
We need
have
to
to have an
die.
expiration
Not to be
date.
morbid, you would probably go through like 20 dogs.
Oh yeah, exactly. All these little.
The
sonnies.
heartbreak that would come from that would just be dreadful.
It'd be so rough.
There's also a million movies like about how it sucks to live forever, right? Like part of the joy of life is that it may end at some point. That's what motivates you to do things. The fact that it could end at any moment.
You're juge de vivre. You're French. You're juge de vivre. I mean, I guess you could memorize a bunch of languages.
That would be cool. You could talk to anyone. I guess that's kind of just what Google Translate is, but yeah, whatever. So this guy's basically main goal. He wants to live to be 200. Most likely to get hit by a bus at some point. Like
Easily.
He's not going to live for fucking forever. But
Or
he's
a flying
basically
bus come the future.
Whoa,
Yeah.
write that down.
Yeah,
Mark that
buckle
down.
up.
Write that down. His strategy to doing this is basically he's got a really intense morning routine.
Yeah.
He spends $2 million a year on his body, and he takes, I believe it is around 1,000 pills a day.
Yeah, dude. I read his morning routine's brutal. He like wakes up at 4:30 every morning, does like light therapy, and then to like activate his like cellular structure, has breakfast and then 34 pills.
Oh my
And
God.
then has another meal at 11 a.m. Then he like exercises and stretches and shit.
I
and
hate
then,
stretching.
Changes his blood. I know it's the worst.
Yeah.
But you got to do it.
I guess, do you? Like, if you're going to live to 200 and that's your daily routine, fucking put a bullet in my head.
Yeah, that's true. You have to do a ton of unfun
yeah, like,
shit.
that's not fun at all.
I want to live to 200 and be able to like, drive reverse at 100 miles per hour on my Porsche.
Of course, yeah.
Crank hog all the time, which I guess he is doing.
Yep.
I want to be an extra on a movie set. I want to wield a sword.
Yeah.
These
By the way, these are all very achievable goals.
Yeah, that's true. These are things I don't need money to do.
Aim middle. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to live to be 200 to do that. One of the ways he started to get headlines was the story came out that he was doing blood swapping with his son and his grandfather. There's an incredible picture that we're going to drop in here of a photo of his son and his grandfather and him just like embracing shirtless.
Yeah, why do that? You're already blood swapping. Why take the weirdest photo of all time?
No one made you take that photo.
You look like the strangest band I've ever seen.
Guess what his son's name is?
Oh, no.
Talmage.
Okay.
Talmage.
Your name's Bryan Johnson. That's the most regular name.
Yeah, exactly. You name your son Talmage.
Also, Apple named.
The picture where it basically looks like an Abercrombie ad. It's
doing
like
this.
a guy. It's like just guys horsing around.
They look like dudes who get along in a European prison. Like every other dude in Bain's prison cell, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's
Whoa,
absolutely incredible.
These guys.
The fact that he's rocking like, why is the grandfather agreeing to do this?
Dude, no.
I get the son. He's
Because he
doing
wants
what
to
his
hang
dad's.
out.
He wants to hang out with his
This
son.
is the only way to make friends as a grandpa.
Oh my God. Apparently the blood thing didn't really work as much. I guess the idea was swapping blood worked with mice. He has since stopped doing this as of 2023. Now his main thing is he tracks his erections throughout the night. He has also been doing this with his son, who is the 18, I hope.
If your dad
they're
called
comparing boner dater.
Imagine your dad called you. Hey, Jack, how's it going? Yeah, my cock's good today. How's yours? Not a conversation I want to have with my dad.
Hey,
dude.
son, just checking. I didn't receive your boner dater from last night.
Exactly,
Boner
dude.
dater from last
How's
night.
your boner dater? Dude, this is why we have sports. I call my dad. We talk about the Red Sox. We talk about the Yankees. We never say I love you. That's the conversation.
That's the
I don't
best
need to
way
be
to go
having
about
boner
it.
talks.
I sent a tweet to my dad. I said, "Can you and I start doing this?" And he didn't respond. He thumbs up it.
You know, that's
Classic dad response.
It's a good reach out.
Yeah.
It's a good reach out.
Haven't heard from you in a couple weeks.
Strong of you.
So, Jack, everything's good in LA? Yeah, everything's going well. Thanks for checking in.
Very strong.
But yeah, so now he's kind of made headlines. He set his largest erection record for now. I mean, at this point, the blood rushing to that point, I'm be worried about the other extremities for 3 hours.
100%. This might be why he needs more blood.
You might get frostbite. He needs more blood.
Yeah.
Exactly. He has actually since made headlines since I sent you this tweet with the boner record. He posted a tweet that basically said, "Kate, do you mind searching this Bryan Johnson microplastics semen? It should show up." I'm going to read this tweet out loud. "I have microplastics in my ejaculate, 2 times the concentration than my blood. Ejaculate levels are 230% higher than blood. This was in November 2024. I don't know, and I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to do much research on this because I don't want to know. Is that good or bad to have microplastics?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Probably bad. I think microplastics is one of those things that's like people don't want. Sonny's getting upset at it.
Yeah,
the
dog has been silent the entire time.
Yeah,
he's
starting to talk
growling.
now. He's upset by these microplastics. Yeah, you don't want these in your body, I feel like. But there's no avoiding it. Like you can take any step. If this guy's got microplastics in it.
Right. If the guy that's doing this to his body can't avoid it, what chance do we have?
That means me and you are basically shooting out Ziploc bags at this point. Like what are you shooting? Like from one of those airsoft guns?
Yeah,
we're
pellets?
shooting airsoft pellets at this point.
If we shot into an ocean, a turtle would choke itself on it. That's how much plastic is in all of our ejaculates at this point. Yeah, shoot a straw. Save the ocean. I think we've sort of picked that story to the bone a little bit. I think what we'll be doing is we'll be tracking all things Bryan Johnson. We'll keep you guys updated. Strider, before we let everyone go, any final thoughts, any advice that you would give to Bryan, maybe to his son, Talmage?
Tone down the weird. I love what you're doing. You've got your niche. Maybe that's why it's working. It's fascinating. But he needs a story where he's just like, I went snowboarding this weekend. Do some regular guy stuff to up the likability. And you got to get a new photo than that.
Yeah, I will also say he's done a lot of work to de-age himself. He looks worse. He looks much worse.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to say this. Yeah, he looks weirder and skinnier.
Yeah.
Like he's not aging him.
Which is what I hope people say
Cialis.
about me.
One of the things he's on is Cialis. And also he does so many different things. Scientists say it's like scientifically impossible to find out what's working and what's not.
Got it. So
because there's so many variables.
I forgot to touch this. This guy, he's on Cialis. This is the fucking steroid era performance. He's the Palmero of penises. He's the Bonds of boners. I haven't been this betrayed in a long time. Your record is nothing, Bryan.
Yes, exactly.
It's nothing.
Ditch the Cialis and then come at me with the boner stats, okay?
And anyways, so that's all we got. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to kick it back to studio.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Hug your bros, 3 p.m. Pacific time every Thursday on the Friday Breeze YouTube. Call in.
Legend, thank you. Thanks for having me and Sonny.
Thank you to Strider for your service. Really appreciate that interview. Kate, did you learn something from Strider and I?
I learned a lot, Jack.
Yeah.
Really did.
Yeah.
Really eye-opening.
Something you wish you could unlearn as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
The future is bright. We're going to end with, we have 2 segments before we leave. Just a quick reminder to comment below if you want us to pay your bar tab for you. Make it funny. Make it something that people want to like so you can win the contest. And let's keep it going. This segment we like to call 2 headlines and a lie. So what I'm going to do is pretty simple. I'm going to read Kate 3 headlines. She has not seen any of them. She's going to have to guess which one is the lie. All right? These headlines are some of the craziest headlines that I found on the internet. They were too crazy to make the newsletter, and I also just didn't have time for some of them. So that's kind of how life is. Kate, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Soccer phenom's glitzy 18th birthday party turns into dwarf scandal. Ready to bet on a draw 4? Uno is coming to a Las Vegas casino near you. Chimps are sticking grass and sticks in their butts, seemingly as a fashion trend. Which one do you think is the lie?
Well, I was pretty excited about the Uno coming to Vegas. Not a big gambler myself, but I'm pretty good at Uno. But I heard that was debunked.
That was debunked. You are right. This was a false headline that was circulating the internet, and it's really a shame.
I'm devastated.
I know. Could you imagine how fun that would be to just bet on Uno?
Oh my God. I'd make so much money.
You're just like good at Uno?
I'm just good at Uno.
Can you be good at Uno? Like,
yeah,
well, you are,
can.
Of course,
okay.
Of course. Yeah, I forgot how good you are at Uno. Yeah, so this was circulating online. Basically, Uno is creating a resort at Las Vegas where one lucky winner can stay in an Uno-themed suite. Which is like, who the fuck cares about that?
I don't want to stay in an Uno-themed
I know.
suite.
Uno actually had to come out and say, hey, guys, you can't actually bet on Uno. Like, this is a classic story. This is why you come to Daily Friday. There's a lot of misinformation online. We're going to debunk all that as well. Dwarf scandal, pretty crazy. We can say dwarf, right? Yeah. I think those were supposed to say.
Yeah.
We can say dwarf.
Dwarf.
Again, I didn't read this article. Yes, dwarf is a recognized term.
Phew.
Canceled on the first episode. Yeah, I'm just curious, like, what the scandal around the dwarf is. And then the chimps sticking grass in butts, that just sounds like a good-ass time. Well, I think that's more than enough news for today. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us on the first ever episode of the Daily Friday podcast. Do not forget to comment below on Spotify and YouTube so we can pay your bar tab. And please follow us. Please subscribe. Please give us 5 stars. We love you. And please have the best weekend of your entire frickin' life. Go Jets. Daily Friday podcast, Daily Friday podcast, Daily Friday podcast, yeah, yeah, yeah.